My name is Ryan Janovic, and I made Eagle Scout in 1985 in Akron, Ohio. I'm currently in the United States Army as an officer of 28 years. The scout troop that I belonged to, the entirety of my scouting career, was Troop 69, again in Akron, Ohio. And it was the high adventure troop in the region. And I was drawn to it for that reason. And it was led by a wonderful man, a retired Army colonel named Sox Brewster. You know, I don't think I could count the number of things that I still use today, but with a 13-year-old son, I do find myself slowly trying to teach him that which I learned on different merit badges or campouts or throughout my career. And so it's as simple as tying knots. That's where we all kind of starting fires, these kind of fun things, but definitely with practical realities to them as well. So knot tying, first aid, all those kind of skills that are essential to camping, backpacking, and outdoorsmanship that you kind of take for granted but have real practical applications. So I credit scouting with teaching me a lot of what it means to be an independent young man, and frankly now a middle-aged man that knows how to get some things done thanks to scouting. That's difficult. I knew this question was coming, yet it's still very hard to prepare for. I was lucky enough to travel to a World Jamboree, and I went to Australia and New Zealand as a result. So that seems like the easy answer to say that my fondest memory is when I got to go to Australia. And it was incredible, not only because of where it was held, but just the camaraderie of troops from around the world and scouts from around the world. But I would have to argue that my fondest memory is when I was a cadet at West Point, and I was able to host my hometown troop from Akron, Ohio for the West Point Jamboree. And it was just a fitting way to watch the scoutmasters that I had grown up with see me as a cadet, and I thank them for everything they taught me, because I would not have been accepted at West Point without them. Well, I've said this before, I know I wouldn't have gotten into West Point without it. That's without a doubt. And so if I follow that thread, then all the opportunities I've had in my Army career, I can take them back to scouting. I mentioned that the leadership of this troop did have some former military experience, and they didn't run it like a junior military academy, but they ran it like a troop where the boys made decisions and lived with the good and bad decisions we made, but were held responsible and accountable for the equipment we had, for the people in the formations, for the ranks, the troops, the patrols. We were learning a lot about things about disciplined organization and then how to be safe outside. So I credit them with all my success in the military, especially from where it began at West Point. Well, first, I think everyone who does this interview would first say thank you to their scoutmaster and their assistant scoutmasters. Thank you, thank you, thank you for trusting in me, for trusting in all of us, and for putting us in situations which we might not have thought we could handle, but definitely could with your leadership and mentorship. And then particularly, Sox Brewster, I'd tell him, thank you for never answering a question without another question. And so he just resisted the temptation to solve problems for us, and he taught us what it looked like to solve our own problems. So I thank him for that.